In February 1959, 9 experienced hikers from the Ural Polytechnic Institute set out on an expedition across the freezing Ural Mountains in Russia. The group was led by 23-year-old Igor Dyatlov, a skilled and disciplined mountaineer who had carefully planned every step of their journey. Their goal was to reach Mount Otorten, a remote and challenging peak whose name, in the language of the local Mansi people, eerily means "don't go there." At first, everything went smoothly. The hikers recorded their adventure in journals and photographs, smiling, singing, and joking as they traveled through the icy wilderness. They built snow shelters, cooked meals, and documented every detail, never realizing that each photo and diary entry would later become vital evidence in one of the strangest mysteries in history. As the group moved deeper into the mountains, the weather worsened. Visibility dropped, and freezing winds battered them relentlessly. On February 1st, they lost their way and ended up on the slope of a mountain called Kolatsyakal, which, by coincidence, means Mountain of the Dead. There, they decided to set up camp for the night. No one knows exactly what happened after that. 2 weeks later, when the hikers failed to return, search teams were sent out. What they found shocked everyone. The tent was discovered half buried in snow, but it wasn't simply abandoned. It had been cut open from the inside, as if the hikers had slashed their way out in panic. Inside, rescuers found the group's belongings neatly arranged: shoes, coats, cameras, and food, all untouched. Following a set of footprints leading away from the tent, searchers discovered the first bodies near a forest edge about 1.5 kilometers away. They were barefoot, wearing only their underwear, despite temperatures dropping below 20°C. It looked as if they had fled suddenly, with no time to dress. Nearby, the rescuers found the remains of a small fire, perhaps their desperate attempt to stay alive in the freezing dark. Soon, more bodies were found, scattered and buried under layers of snow. Some had broken bones, fractured skulls, and crushed ribs. But what baffled investigators was that there were no external wounds. The injuries were as if caused by an immense internal pressure. One woman was missing her tongue and both eyes. Traces of radiation were found on some of their clothing. The official investigation could not find a clear explanation. At first, they suspected an avalanche, but there was no evidence of snow movement strong enough to destroy the tent. The terrain didn't match avalanche conditions. Then came theories. Maybe a secret military test had gone wrong, or a missile had exploded nearby, causing panic. Others claimed the hikers saw strange lights in the sky, glowing orange orbs that several witnesses reported that same night. Some people believe the hikers encountered a top-secret weapon, or even extraterrestrial forces. Others thought paranoia, hypothermia, or an internal fight might have caused chaos. Yet none of these theories explain the bizarre injuries, the radiation, or why 9 intelligent, disciplined hikers would run half-naked into a blizzard. The Soviet authorities soon shut down the investigation, labeling the cause of death as an unknown compelling force. Files were sealed, and families were left with more questions than answers. Over the decades, researchers, journalists, and even modern scientists have revisited the case. Some modern studies suggest a small snowslide might have scared them, forcing them to flee the tent. But even this rational explanation fails to answer all the questions, like the radiation or the missing eyes and tongue. The Dyatlov Pass Incident has become one of the most chilling, unsolved mysteries of the 20th century. Every photograph, every journal page, and every footprint in the snow tells part of a story that still refuses to make sense. More than 60 years later, the mountain remains silent. The icy wind still blows over the place where 9 young hikers met their mysterious fate. Some say the answers are buried forever beneath the snow. Others believe the mountains remember, but choose not to tell. Even now, as new theories emerge, the truth stays hidden somewhere between science and the supernatural. What really happened on that frozen night in 1959? We may never know. But one thing is certain. Whatever the hikers saw, whatever they felt, it was terrifying enough to make them run barefoot into the darkness and never return.